Okay, hello and welcome. Next I'd like to show you that how is this hard moving wheel and brake issue, and there is now situation that this wheel don't move, and we need to think that what is wrong when we think that this wheel don't move, and maybe this wheel makes some noise when we are driving, and of course we can feel inside that this wheel, some of those wheels takes like friction without that we are pressing any brake pad and braking pedal. Okay, and next I will show that how to fix that issue, because now this issue it is inside in this metallic wheel, in these brake pads and brake calipers and brake disc areas. And I will show that how to repair and lubricate these parts. Okay, and first step is to take this our wheel away and to lift up this car, and be sure that you use in here specific those steel or some truck pallets, that this car don't collapse against your hands and feet, and that is important to use security thing when we are lifting this car up. And first step is to open these bolts, and for that bolt we need 21 mm socket and little bit longer bar, and then when we open these bolts, it is easy to open, and now I have already opened little bit these bolts that they are then easy to rotate with hands, and this is this first job. And then when I have take these nuts in that way away, all of these four, we can take that wheel away. And then remember, these nuts are very sensitive, and insert these in safe place, like some little bit upper place that there is no any sand. I insert my nuts in that kind of metallic plate. Okay, and then when nuts are away, we continue. Okay, and now all nuts are away, and then we insert our fingers in these holes in here, and use gloves, because this job is very dirty. These are normally very sandy and oily, and that's good protective gloves like what I am using. We can easily insert our fingers in here, and then only lift up a little bit and then out. First lift up and in that way. And this could be a little bit difficult to woman, but woman can take contact in her down area, like in that way. I will show that how woman take this, that first hand in here and second in up, and then we can lift that up. Okay, and then we can see in there this brake disc, brake pads and brake caliper in here. Okay, and then we continue. Okay, and what is our next task? Next task is that we need to open this brake caliper area, and it's easy to do so that I take my hand in here, and then I only rotate that in this direction, and then we have next bolts in here what we need to open, and for that job we need 14 mm socket what fits in here so nicely. And then when I have a little bit longer tool, this bolts opening is easy like Coca-Cola drinking, because it is so easy. And then I only rotate in that direction, look that direction, this bolt opens in that way. Now it's free. An idea is that I insert them here, and this is the opening direction, like in that way. Look how I rotate. In that way, when I rotate, this opens, and then when these are these high quality bolts, it is easy to open. And there we have this is specific Toyota's bolt, not standard bolt. And if this is damaged, please go to visit the nearest Toyota dealership center what sells new Toyotas and also always new Toyota spare parts. And this costs something like $1 or euro per piece. And same idea in this lower area, that I open that also, and there's my tool. And in that position, when I open, this opens easily. And then I rotate, and then sometimes it can be so that this bolt is stuck, and this other bolt, what is in here, it moves also. I can show this part in here moves also, and in that purpose we need to insert this other new frames in here, what size looks to be 15 millimeters. There is 1.5 if I remember right. Yes, it fits in here, and one hand keeps that, and second then rotates that bolt. Sometimes we need to do so that one hand keeps that and other rotates, and then this bolt opens. Sometimes they are a little bit stuck. Like in here it. Okay, and now two bolts are free, and then insert these bolts in clean place always, and my clean place is in here. They are now in there, and then next task is to take this caliper out, and normally when we insert our hands in that position and then we took that kind of movement, this opens, but not always. And that's we need to do sometimes, so that now I rotate that in that position, and then we need a little bit good quality screwdriver, and in that position there is a small gap between in these parts. And then I bend in that way, and then yes, they opens. These Toyota parts are the most well made in world, and normally this opens so easily. And then I carry and I insert that my brake caliper in that position. Look, in that place it is in here. Of course you can use some wire and insert in that upper spring area. In here there are hooks, it is also fine, but I insert that brake caliper in here, and then we continue. When we are doing this brake system lubrication and service, that what parts in this brake system in car or pickup truck or motorbike and motorcycle I can lubricate and use these specific brake greases like that one, what is metal-free paste, and there is actually picture that I can use these products what is very hot and temperature resistant. It is like white grease, and this is specific products for brake parts. And in what areas I can install this stuff in my brake system, and this is my topic today. And first one, when we take this our brake pads, normal area is always that area in here, and in that area I can insert that my grease in all areas. In that outer area, remember, only outer, not in this inner area. And then these upper holes in that area I can insert this specific grease, and there is also some other grease what is suitable, but in that point I can install this grease. And what is the benefit? If I lubricate these brake pads, then these brakes works better, and there is no those brake issues, because normally when brakes become old and brake pads, then they become stuck and they are not movable, and then we have bad issue in our brake system. And that means, and these areas I can insert also in that areas, what are these support points where brake pads goes, and it happens so that I insert in my finger grease. And then, by the way, use gloves. Do not ever insert this grease to your skin, because these stuffs, they create cancer, and it is like poison. Always use these recycle specific these gloves that protect your skin. Okay, and in that area I can insert glue, this grease, and also in that upper area. This is fine. Then those parts move well. And then if this grease goes to this brake disc, like in here, use always clean cotton cloth and immediately clean those greases away this brake disc area, because it is wrong place. Okay, in that area I can insert, and then we have one area left. What is this brake caliper? And in here, in this brake caliper area, what is in there, I can insert this my grease in that area. I take more, especially in this area. And what takes contact to brake pads, this is good. And then this rubber sealant in here, I can insert even in that area lubrication. And there is actually a little bit better this rubber lubrication, but if we insert in there a little bit grease, it is not bad. And then that other side, what is in here, this area, I can insert in that area in here this lubrication. Okay, good. And then I can insert what is next when I have this bolts what are keeping this brake caliper in this position in here, and these parts goes in here. They are also good to lubricate in that way, that I insert in here this grease, and then they are really easy to install these bolts in back in here in that way, and then there is no any corrosion. And then final step is that if we have those, like in that car, there are those movable joint bolts what are in here, we can lubricate also these, because all moving parts needs this lubrication. And now I made so that I use only one this brake lubrication, but we have even very specific, little bit better greases for some of these specific points, like this rubber area and then these areas. But this metal-free paste is better than nothing, and the idea is that all parts move like in that way. Movement is the key, and the best way is to check that when we take our fingers, and then if they move nicely, everything is okay. And then if you notice that some part is stuck, then you need to take it out and lubricate. So easy. Okay, and now I think that I cover all of these main areas. Okay, and then I need to open and take this brake caliper away, and there is this bolt what I need to first clean using this metal brush, and that way, because it is full of sand and dusty, and I think that this is 14mm bolt in here, and next there is 14. Yes, this fit in here, 1/4 socket, and next I need to open that hose in here, and for that job I need to insert that my caliper back in here in this position, and I need to insert this bolt what are in here, that I can open that little bit in that way and rotate. And I insert that caliper in here because this is tight bolt in here. Okay, and then now it's in this position, and there is then this place, and then I need next, because brake fluid is coming out, I need canister because this brake fluid is harmful, and then I take my socket and then I open that bolt. Now it opens, and then I rotate, and now this brake fluid starts to drop in this ground. Now this bolt opens, and in that position now brake fluid come out, and this part is good to insert in a little bit up, this part, because there is this brake fluid, and let's look, there is this part, and I insert that in here, that there is less this, and actually I think that I can use some small canister. I use this plastic canister and I insert that part in here, and then this brake fluid goes in that hole. And now this caliper is free, and I can open these nuts, and then I can go to repair that brake caliper. Okay, now it's free, and then we can go to look that part closer. Okay, and then when I have this brake caliper in here, there is idea that there is hole, direct hole in here, and I have screwdriver, and then when I press that in this way, inside this piston comes out in that way. And now I am planning to take that piston out. There it comes, and only a little bit force, and then when we look that thing, what is there happening. Now I press that my screwdriver in here, and then I try to take this piston out, because I try to lubricate it. Okay, and there is this my movement, what I am doing. There is this my caliper, and here I press that hard, and soon we need to be a little bit careful. This is quite tight. Okay. Okay, now it is so much in there, and more. Okay, now this part is open, and then I can check that is there everything okay, and I can clean and lubricate that part next. Okay, good. And then I take my new lubrications. Okay, and then I take clean cloth and I clean this piston very carefully, all these areas, and I take, and then I check that in here there is something rusty, but in that area this looks good, and the purpose is to clean that totally clean, and also I clean that inner area also in here, and I check that there is no any rusty things and no any wet in there. Okay, and then I check this inner piston cylinder areas that there is no any corrosion in there, And then when this is clean, I insert into a specific lubrication. Okay, and then I need some specific lubricant, and then when we look in here inside, there is one gasket, this black one in there inside, in that black gasket. Not this one, I mean that one what is just in here, and I take a little bit more light, we can see there is this black area what is in here, and that gasket, it needs now specific, first this cleaning, we need that totally through, that black gasket, and then we can take it also away. If it is really dirty, we need that kind of sharp spike, and when I insert that in here, I can carefully take that gasket in that way away. But now I think that this is fine, and I install only in their specific brake. There is this my brake lube, brake lubricant. There is this name, brake lubricant, and this is for brake parts. And now this my product is this brand CRC, and this is like some kind of Vaseline, but this is only for brake those rubber and these things, like in here. And now I insert that in my finger, and then I insert that in here inside, in only this rubber. Okay, now there is a lot of this, and I insert that in all areas in there inside, and this makes this rubber sealants to move fast, and also this outer boot in that way. And then when there is this piston, this needs also the same lubricant. And remember that this piston must be clean. Now there is this lubricant, good. And then I insert this my piston in carefully in this my workbench. This is important because this my workbench, now better view, because when this is this in workbench, I can install this piston easily back, and in that position, good. And then I fasten this my workbench, and this is this area, and in that area I next insert, and then this piston must be clean in that way, and better view. And there is this my piston, and this must be clean, and then I insert that in here, and I carefully I insert that my piston in directly down, and it normally it goes in there, but it needs a little bit force, and suddenly it goes. And now I think that I need to lift up that boot, and maybe I need to actually take this boot actually away. Maybe, I think, because this is quite difficult to insert. But I can use this metallic spike, and I can carefully lift that. Be very carefully with this rubber thing that we don't damage that. And then this part is difficult because I need to insert that in directly down, and maybe I need to take this boot cover out, and it happens so that there is this metallic. And I start, now I take it away and I insert that in here. This, now there is one metallic thing in here that I can take this. Yes, there is metallic ring in here that I can take And now I work a little bit that I can take this rubber boot away. Okay, and now when it is clean, and now I have tested and I have cleaned that inside cylinder, and then I have inserted this grease what I had in here, this brake lubricant in this black gasket, and then I can install this my piston in back in there. Now it goes in there nicely. And then I need to check that this moves in here in this way. Check that I can move that in my hand, and then when it moves, okay, everything is fine. And then I need to finally install that my protective rubber boot in there in that way. And then this upper area, this metallic ring, it goes in that hole what is in here in that way. And then I need to only press that in here down in here, and I use my this tool, and then when there is hole where this spring goes, and I work with little bit, and then I insert that in back. And now I think that first I insert that in here in that way, and it goes in there deeper that way. Now it looks good, and then final step is to insert that in back, and I lubricate a little bit. I lubricate also that part that it is easier to install. In there. Now it's lubrication, and then I install that in. I start 1 point. Now it went, and then I only that point, and then it need to go in here like down, and all areas, and finally it goes in. This is not so easy, but not impossible job. Carefully in there. Then I use this, compress this down. Okay, and now it's nicely. Now I check that this ring is, and it's good to use flathead screwdriver that we don't damage this our spring. And also in this back area, and carefully we check that this is okay, looks good. Okay, and now this piston is in nicely, and it is in ready for there, and that position I can check that this ring is also in that area. It is fine in all areas, the support ring. Okay, good. And in that part I can install this my lubricant also in that way, and looks good. And then we can go to back, install this part back in this caliper. Okay, and then I am planning to install this brake caliper back in here. And here is this my brake caliper. And first I need to insert that in here, because I need to insert this my brake hose back, and I insert couple of bolts in there, that this is in like position in that way, and second in here, and then I take, here is this my brake hose, I take that in here, and it is by the way full of brake fluid, and then I take that my bolt, and there is this position, and then this bolt, remember there is this metallic pike what goes in, there is hole, this goes this line in that way, and we can look at how it goes. It goes in that way, and look, and then we check that this in that way, and now this part, and then I move this my bolt, and let's look closer, but we can see this idea that it must be in that position. This part is in here, that part, look how it is, and then there's this bolt what now I am now fastening. Okay, and then I need to fasten that bolt in here, and then when this bolt is well and fastened, I take this. Now I fasten that bolt. Then I need to use a little bit more force. This bolt becomes fast. That way. And this bolt should be force what is something like 30 Newton meters. And we can use a little bit longer part that there is force, but not too much that we don't destroy this bolt. Okay, now it's good. And I use that kind of longer part, but not full force, like in okay. And then when that is ready, I need to bleed that system. But before of that, I need to of course install in here those brake pads. It's my next job, because now everything is okay, but I need to install brake pads in here. And they are in here. They are in there. And second comes in here. That way, now they are in there. And then I insert brake caliper back and bolts back. Okay, good. And then I fasten these bolts, and then we continue. Okay, and then we need to fasten these bolts. Now when they are fastened, next step is to add this new brake fluid, same amount in here, to this brake fluid canister in engine area, but not this old one, a new brake fluid in. We need to add this brake fluid canister for this in engine area. And after that I take and I open that bleeding bolt in here. There is this bleeding bolt, and it's 8 millimeter. And when I open that in that way, I need to next insert in here this bleeding hose. And it looks like that. And then when I can rotate that, I check that it must be a little bit open, and then I insert this plastic hose in here and it goes in this area, look, in that way, and then that area, this part what is free, this goes in this brake fluid thing what is in here in that way. And next I go to brake. My assistant brakes this brake pedal, and then I wait that when air bubbles ends in here, I fasten and I close that nut. But let's do that next. Okay, and now we are bleeding that, and this nut is a little bit open, so much that this bleeding can go in here, and we wait so much that this air bubble ends, and then we press this car's brake pedal. We can see that now there is movement, and now I think that this line is full of brake fluid, and then I can close this nut, and that position we must be carefully that we don't drop this harmful brake fluid. And then I take this my socket and I fasten that bleeding bolt, and then I brake again. I go to press this my brake pedal again. I check that and now I check that is this my brake pads working, and now I think that when I press that, now brakes are on, and then I need to go to check again in here that I have enough brake fluid in here, and I add in here more brake fluid because brake fluid it has been drying in that caliper, and I add next new brake fluid. Okay, and then when I have add the new brake fluid, I open again a little bit that my bleeding bolt, because I like to be sure that there is no any air inside, and that's I go to press again my car's brake pedal in cabin. Okay, good. And now I think that there is not some air bubble comes out, and then I fasten that my bolt again, and now I think that this job, this bleeding is ready, and now I can end my job, and I take this that part and then this part, and now this bleeding is ready. Okay, and this was this information, and thank you for watching that video, and now job is done.